Okay, continuing on with the human endocrine system, how does it work? Remember, the endocrine system is a system of glands and hormones. A gland is going to release the hormone into the bloodstream when it is stimulated to do so. So in other words, it's got to be like turned on, almost like a flip of a switch, and then it will release that hormone. The hormone travels through the bloodstream until it reaches the target organ, so wherever it needs to get to, and then that target organ receives the hormone in a special receptor that is specific for it, so it forms like a lock and key. And once the hormone binds, the target organ is then going to respond. And here's a picture again of just some of the different glands that are going to be secreting hormones. Okay, on to the next slide. This is a picture of target cells with the hormone. So you could say target cell, target tissue. It's a cell that can be a cell can be a target cell for more than one hormone, because we have a ton of hormones in our body, and obviously we have a lot of cells. So a cell can basically have one or more hormone bind to it, and it's because of the lock and key that it's able to do that. And remember, hormones are proteins, just like enzymes are proteins that also do the lock and key. A cell can have more than one receptor. And if we see in the pictures, for example, this one, the hormone is a circle shape, and it's going to form a lock and key with the receptor that is on that cell membrane. This one over here is a sort of triangle shaped, and this is going to be hormone B, and that is going to have the lock and key that's specific, right? The specific shape for that particular target cell. And then this is just a picture of some of the glands. And again, the only one that we're really going to focus on is the pancreas. So we're going to skip along all of this. And this is extra information. You can read it if you wanted to. And we're going to go right to the pancreas, because that's the one that's going to be involved with negative feedback. So the pancreas, we can call them islets of Langerhans, and this is how they look. If you were to take that pancreas and blow it up, the pancreas is sort of like a fluffy sort of structure below the stomach, and it's a small group of cells in the pancreas, and it's responsible for maintaining blood sugar levels, and they secrete the hormone insulin, and they also secrete a hormone called glucagon. Insulin is the hormone that helps to convert your glucose levels, your sugar levels that are in your blood, to glycogen to be stored in the cells of the liver and in the muscles. And glucagon is going to change that glycogen back into glucose when it's needed. So there's a lot of G's there. And then it just goes on to say that alpha cells produce insulin and the beta cells produce glucagon. But that's, again, extra information that we don't really need to know. We're going to skip that, and we're going to go to negative feedback. When we look at negative feedback, this is where the insulin and glucagon is going to come into play. It is a communication where the production of a chemical, usually a hormone, affects another by returning a condition to its normal values. So a good example of this could just be your home heating situation. And then they talk about your thyroid levels, which are, again, extra information for us. And then the one that we sort of want to be familiar with is our blood sugar levels. So this is just, again, showing us about our thermostat. The furnace is obviously going to be turned on when the thermostat detects that the room is getting colder, and then the temperature will increase. And when it gets to that right level, then that due to negative feedback, the thermostat will be turned off. Okay, and if we go to this slide, this is showing a negative feedback loop for blood glucose levels. So if you look at number 1, it says that there's a sensor. It detects high blood sugar levels. Number 2 says that the pancreas is going to be turned on to release insulin. 3 is that the blood sugar level will now drop. And 4, the lower blood sugar level is going to lead to shutting off the insulin supply. And unless that sugar level gets raised again, which it will throughout the day because our sugar levels are going up and down and they're just referred to as our glucose levels all day long, then we'll get the pancreas turning back on again. So the pancreas turns on and off basically throughout the day. The one hormone that they didn't mention in here is when our sugar levels are really low, then glucagon is turned on from the pancreas to go into the liver to pull out all of that excess glucose that we stored as glycogen to get it back into the blood so that our sugar levels can be higher. So like if I don't eat for so many hours, my sugar levels are going to drop. I'm not going to feel well. So the body needs to go and take that excess glucose that my body didn't use right away, and it's stored in the liver, and go sort of grab it from the liver. Okay, and then diabetes, this is the last slide I wanted to show. Again, you can look at any of the other slides on your own and read through them, but we're just going to focus on the pancreas. Diabetes then is the inability to store excess glucose as glycogen. There's type 1 diabetes, and this is insulin deficiency, and it results in a high blood sugar level. And then there's type 2 diabetes. This is lack of insulin receptors on the cells of the liver, causes inability to store glucose. Obesity and inactive lifestyle are known causes. So type 1 is usually when the person is born, and as you can see, there's about 10% of the population that has type 1. And now more and more, though, are becoming to have type 2 because, again, due to obesity, and the way that our lifestyle has changed, where many people are sort of inactive and they're not utilizing the excess sugar that they're sort of bringing in.